What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Tesla just today announced what's coming in the 2026 spring update, and this really shouldn't come as a surprise if you've been following Tesla for a while, as this is the same time last year that they announced the 2025 spring update. Having said that, it is a good list of changes that are coming. Some obviously are better than others. We'll jump into it in a second, but before we do, if you're thinking about picking up a new Tesla, use that referral link down below. It helps out the channel immensely. I greatly appreciate it. Now let's get right into the changes. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick screen record so I can throw this up and show you exactly what they announced. As you can see here, what they actually said is that they are launching a new full self-driving app right in your Tesla where you can subscribe and learn about all the new features that's coming. You can see your statistics for your self-driving stats, how many days in a row you're actually using it consistently, that percentage of time on self-drive, total self-driving miles, and a total number of miles in general, and how it's been over the course of the last few months. You can also see how to activate it, a breakdown of the speed profiles, destination behavior, auto park, and really this is a great starting ground for people that might be new to Tesla and full self-driving supervised. Next is going to be Hey Grock. If you actually now want to use Grock, you can now use that as the hot word and trigger exactly Grock instead of having a long press on the mic icon and kind of having it overlap with the in-car voice audio. So you can now enable that by going into Grock and settings, and you can even select location-based reminders like remind me to pick up milk when I'm near home, say goodbye to dismiss Grock. And then now you have some changes to pet mode. You can see you can now choose from dog, cat, or hedgehog to display when pet mode is active, and also optionally customize the screen with your pet's name by going into controls, display, and customize pet mode. Pretty cool to say the least there. And something I'm really excited about that we should start seeing a whole lot more of are those new graphics that have been rumored for a little while now. And it's starting with the new Model 3 and Model Y. It's giving you a new park scene environment and higher quality car visualizations. And you can see in the image here, it does look much improved and just getting to that more real world visualization. You do also now have trip stats. Create multiple trips to track energy stats across drives. Quickly access your trip's consumption by swiping left on the media player, app launcher, energy trips in order to set this up. And this is something content creators like myself really are gonna like. Spoiler alert, we have a new range video coming for the Tesla Model Y that we have in standard warmer weather in Florida. We did one recently in cooler weather. Now it's time for the seasonal to change with warm weather, and tracking it with this ability is going to be even better and more accurate. You can then see we have some changes to Sketchpad coming. It now supports stickers and emojis. You can also save your sketches across them in mobile app and share. Again, kind of a pointless addition unless you use Sketchpad a lot. I don't personally use it. You guys let me know in the comments below if you think that is a value add. You are now finally going to get custom wraps and license plate for the Model S and X. You can now personalize your Tesla avatar with window tints, custom wraps, and license plates. You're going to launch that in the toy box like you have been able to do recently. Now, something I do really like and think it is a value add is blind spot warning accent lights. It is now going to allow your accent lights to turn red when an object is in your blind spot and your turn signal is engaged, or when an approaching object is detected while parked. Third-party accessories have been able to do this, but you had to get one of those S3, X, or Y buttons that those third-party companies sell in order to activate this feature, going into your car, adding a new piece of hardware, and then controlling it this way. Now it's going to be built in, and I actually really do like this out-of-the-box solution. You are then even going to get a new immersive sound option if you have a Model 3 or Y with premium audio. Premium immersive sound uses advanced sound extraction to place the listener in front of a detailed soundstage within an immersive space. This enhancement works with all streaming sources, and you can activate this under settings, audio, tone, and immersive sound to adjust. This could be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how this sounds. I will actually use our sound test in this as well to see if we're seeing a big change from what it was before to this new adaptive changes. And again, keep in mind, it's not all about how loud it gets, it's the clarity and somewhat of a spatial audio solution that I'm assuming to see here. Then also we have automatically install updates. This is going to be great. I can't believe we haven't had this sooner, and I can't believe it hasn't even been mentioned. But now your Tesla can automatically install downloaded software updates overnight. When enabled, updates will install while your Tesla is parked and not in use. To enable, go to Controls, Software, Automatically Install Updates. Another nice change. Weather maps improvements. This is now going to give you a more detailed look at snow and rain with improved colors that make it easier to distinguish between participation types. You can also view the past hour of weather data to see how conditions have been changing along your route. We do then have some dashcam improvements, where now recent dashcam footage can now extend up to 24 hours, and you can save any clip for permanent storage on your Tesla by going to App Launcher, Dashcam Viewer. Clip stayed on your vehicle and never shared with Tesla. Again, privacy standpoint right on top of mind. Then you do have two other notated other improvements. One is which you will swipe right on tracks in Apple Music or Spotify to add them to the queue. In Apple Music, tap and hold on a track to add or remove from favorites. In Spotify, swipe left to add or remove from liked songs. And then this is actually pretty cool. Passengers in the rear seats can now view and interact with maps on the rear display while your Tesla navigates a route. I think that's cool, especially if you have kids in the back seat. They always want to see the maps. Now they can do that without interrupting navigation. And that is going to be the majority of what we have for the documented changes on the spring 2026 update. As always, these updates will roll out to different vehicles, different models over the course of a couple of weeks. So if you don't see it right off the bat, got to give it some time. Unfortunately, Tesla has no rhyme or reason to when these updates get pushed out to certain vehicles, but just be on the lookout for this new update. Nothing new about any new FSD beta or unsupervised version of FSD coming out. We just got one recently, so I won't assume there'll be any changes to that just yet. That is something that would have definitely been documented. So, having said that, this is obviously the first major update of 2026. I do really like what Tesla's adding here. Again, more so than not, these are useful features I can see a lot of people taking advantage of. So, having said all this, what do you guys think of this update? Leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and what you would like to see in the next iteration of Tesla software. Again, if you're thinking about picking up a new Tesla, use that referral link. I greatly appreciate it, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.